Greetings, January 2nd, 2024. Welcome to the new year. I wanted to put together something because a lot has been arising for me as this new year. We break into this new year, and I'm sure a lot has been probably arising for you. One of those things is from many different channels that I've been listening to, as well as the channeling that's been coming through myself. There's been a recurrent message, and this is from completely like sources that aren't aware of each other or just from different places, and it's all very confirming. And that is that 2024 is bringing in this energy of divine feminine. And this divine feminine, what I see is that she really anchored in or opened, you could say, like a chest opening. Her energy really started to come in strongly in 2012. This is when the Mayan calendar shifted from Baktun 12 to Baktun 13, and we went into a whole new Mayan calendar where the divine feminine was going to be very present and engaged in the consciousness field and in our earth field, in the timeline. And so from 2012 to now, we are seeing that 12 years have passed. By December 21st, 2024, 12 years will have passed. And in that 12 years, the Great Mother has arrived. She's been working on the substrates of consciousness and working her way up to the surface to sprout and fruit, you could say, into the consciousness of humanity. She's been working with the deep unconscious layers, helping us to heal, to resolve, to come to forgiveness with ourselves and others, to see ourselves clearly, to integrate the darkness within ourselves. And now she's fruiting. She's in this year of coming into, you could say, the forefront, certainly the forefront of our consciousness. The feminine energies coming in are going to shake things up because we have been in the reversal grids for so long and have been imprinted with ways of doing things that are more forceful and assertive and pushy. I want things my way now. There's a little bit of impatience in a lot of us. And the feminine is coming to say, what are you really pushing for? What are you really after? What are you grasping so adamantly towards? Whether that's health, wealth, happiness, security. When we grasp like this, and it's like, I want for myself, we are making something outside of ourselves more valuable than who we are innately. We're believing that that thing outside of ourselves is going to bring value to our lives, and then we'll be able to relax and feel safe. And what the Great Mother says is, she's like, look in the mirror, because you are the most valuable, priceless thing in the universe. And so that grasping element starts to wither. That asserting quality in us begins to kind of hit a wall and backlash on us. We're not going to get what we are grasping for because of the place we're coming from in trying to get it. So with the feminine wisdom and that flow that she brings, that fluidity, is the acceptance of what is. And in that acceptance, we write the reversal. We come into the harmony, and we are now open to receive again. And our receptors have been blocked for so long because we have been blindfolded. We've been wearing blinders to the mother elements. And when she comes back into balance within us and in our world, these blinders are going to dissolve, and we're going to see again that we are constantly intaking nutrients. And now we're going to be able to really absorb them, really metabolize what is being gifted to us all the time. We don't have to grasp. We don't have to judge others because we think they are withholding their love and that's why we're unhappy. No, we are constantly receiving a stream of unconditional love because we are that precious, because we are cared about. We matter in the whole universe. We are that important. So the other night, New Year's Eve, Dwayne and I went into a ceremony. We lit the fire, at least tried to light the fire in the wood burning stove. And as we did that, um, we couldn't get it to light. And we had to keep adding paper, keep adding kindling, keep adding fire starters. And I'm telling you, for half an hour, we couldn't get the fire to light. And I realized suddenly I just closed the door of the wood burning stove and I sat back and I looked at Dwayne and I said, you know, we're not meant to start with fire this year because we've done fire ceremonies every year for a decade or more. I'm like, this year we start with water. And he was like, oh, of course. And I got a bowl, we put water, we put ocean salt, very sacred salt in it. We put symbols of masculine and feminine, stones and shells in the water. And in that, we sat with the water, and I began just streaming the Great Mother, calling out her names, her exalted names, her essences, giving thanks and blessing the earth and blessing this new year. And about 5 minutes into this streaming of love, the fire just whoosh starts going in the wood burning stove. Just like that. And it didn't escape me. I noticed it. And I just surrendered more and more kept streaming out about the balance, about the allowing healing balance to happen. And so that was for me very important to remember that the pushing for a reality that doesn't fit anymore is not going to work anymore. And when we push for a reality, it's because we think that reality is going to give us what we want. But when you stop and you start to dissect, is it really? What are the beliefs behind this story I'm telling? And you start to rein in your energy and just kind of sit and allow the truth about what has been motivating you to live this storyline, to get those things in your life that you think you need. You may realize that in that third density expression of yourself, maybe that worked. Maybe that was something you needed to experience, and what the rest of the mainstream culture was doing, climbing a ladder and becoming, important to your peers and coworkers and getting a raise and, your child getting straight A's and whatever you did to produce a life that reflected success, happiness, etc. That blueprint and that man-made kind of forced blueprint of success isn't going to work in fourth density. The door has opened in earnest for our fourth density consciousness to guide our lives, to rewire our neural networks. In fourth density, we perceive the unity. We perceive the innate connection of everything. And third density rules don't apply in fourth density. The lessons that we've embodied and turned into wisdom has created a foundation for us to leap into fourth density, and that is appropriate. But to take the rules of third density and pull them into fourth density and still try to live by those rules absolutely does not work, and that is going to be a mess and kind of blow up pretty fast. So as we enter earnestly into fourth density, Gaia, consciousness, and earth, what can you do to kind of be carried in this current, to let go of old constructs and to be new, to learn what the natural cause and cosmic laws of this density are? What are the structures we're playing with now? We're going to be capable of a lot more. A lot of our human abilities have an opportunity to really come online now. We can apply our will, our consciousness towards a certain path of learning, and we can excel quickly and take less time than it would have taken in third density with less distractions. The ability to focus in on your purpose is going to be clearer, more direct, and you might say easier in fourth density, in a fourth density field of awareness. So in 2024, what the helpers showed Dwayne and I is that there's going to be a little bit of chaos as the mycelial network of the Great Mother Consciousness breaks and fruits on the surface, bringing into everybody's awareness her beauty and her different way of being than the imbalanced assertiveness of that masculine that did not have that dance, the sacred dance happening with the feminine, the glorified imbalanced masculine. And so as she comes into absolute visibility now, 2024 may seem chaotic. It may seem chaotic as the psyche cleans house. It may seem chaotic as the US enters into an election year. It may seem chaotic as your relationships long to take a quantum leap into more vulnerability, transparency, and honesty, and that fearful, wounded consciousness wants to rein the personality back into the old ways of surviving. It may seem chaotic in the weather. And what the helpers said was, no matter what the chaos is that's happening on the surface, remember that you're now playing in fourth density abilities. And so go deep and don't be the kite in the air at the whim of the wind, how the wind blows, but you're the one holding the string. You're the one who can make the kite move and soar and dive. You're the one with the controls. If you have the controls, right, in consciousness, in universal love, what might you do with that empowerment on behalf of humanity and this earth, on behalf of your own fruition and fulfillment of potential? What might you do with those controls? Know that when we perceive something on the surface, um, like a detoxification, okay? Detoxification is happening. There's an influx of medicine coming in, and it's forcing the body to detox, breaking out in rashes. You know, it seems chaotic and messy in the healing crisis, yet it is launching into the earth and humanity into a more healthy state. And we have the opportunity to be the medicine. Do you get it? We are the medicine. So you can forget you're the medicine and be part of, you know, the part of the human psyche that's going through the healing crisis. Like, oh my God, this is intense. Or you can be the medicine, knowing exactly what you're doing and why. The helpers gave me an example of working with the weather. And they've said this for 3-4 months now. They keep bringing this particular ability up. And they say, you know, you are so interlinked with the elementals. You are so connected with the weather. And you have the power. You can develop as a weather worker by directing your consciousness through your, I want to call it like a centered, rooted, centered, embodied, sovereign strength on behalf of and in dedication to the highest good of all. Whew. And you proclaim your will into the field. And so working with weather is they said, is a way to practice and gain the confidence of your new abilities. When we work with weather, we are working with a non-human form of consciousness, but it is consciousness and it is source field. It is, you could say, celestial energies made manifest in our material creation. You work on the quantum level with the celestial water, with the celestial wind, with the celestial earth and the celestial fire. And that's going to move in and through into this material creation. So practicing there, always in right alignment, right relationship. So before we can manipulate something for the highest good of all, we have to know it. We have to sit with it. We have to commune with it. We have to speak its language and allow it to know us. And we do have an incredible opportunity to deepen on these learning pathways with our new abilities. And then we can effect positively the surface world, what's happening on the surface, and support the awakening of consciousness. So they said, don't be at effect, believing the chaos is the only thing that's actually happening. They're the blinders. But be a cause creator of a causer. You are causing reality. Work behind the scenes, right? Work behind the scenes. And that is ours to do as light workers, star seeds, light bearers, etc., light leaders. They said that the chaos is going to create a detoxification, and then our support from behind the scenes is going to accelerate the turnover into health, into balance. And the new year of 2025 is going to be is going to offer opportunities for healing, almost like this sobering place of healing. And it's going to be very personal. It's a personal journey in 2024. So 4D invites the awakening of our consciousness through us choosing love and service to others over fear and service to self. And that's a very personal journey. You have to choose it and choose it and choose it again and again in each moment of your life, whatever scenario is playing out in your life. We keep choosing love and service to others and opening to the vaster unified consciousness. And then we live more and more in the fourth density, touching into fifth density. So in this opportunity that we're in, this incredible gift of the Great Mother, the Divine Feminine, showing herself, creating these opportunities for each of us in 2024, knowing that each of us saying yes and going through our personal journeys with integrity and dignity and respect, that is what will birth us in 2025 into the deeper healed state, the deeper, like deep-seated health. And from that place, we can be in connection. We can be in connection with our true natures, with our star families, with our ascended master teachers, friends, and families in the higher dimensions. So I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to share this one last thing about the reversal grids and the harmonic that the Divine Feminine is opening the way for this year. When you find yourself pushing and you're not getting the result you want, anytime you find yourself not getting the result you want, whether that's lighting the fire in the wood-burning stove, or finding true love, or, having incredible success in, your business with lots of prosperity. If you have been stop and just notice, have you been repeating the same way of going about things over and over and over and expecting a different result, expecting this time you're going to get it, the result you really are after, instead of what you've been getting? When we are pushing and pushing at something, that is our opportunity to sit back and actually recline into the polarization and the balancing quality of that assertive pushing. Surrender and go into a receptive state instead of the assertive. Go into the nurturing state, instead of the taking. Go into the opposite state. And then you'll find that as you honor and respect the opposite state, you will be brought naturally back to the balance. As Grandmaster Key has told us in the past, and the Great Mother has come through reminding us that you cannot stop birth from happening. You can't hold the baby in no matter how hard you try. Birth happens. Birth will happen in one way or another. It is inevitable and unstoppable. And my friends, the water has broken, and the water is on earth now, present, flooding through everything. It cannot be stopped. And sometimes the birth waters must be must wash clean, um, give that clearing and cleansing to what has been out of balance and destructive in the field. So don't be afraid. There are no enemies, and you are God's love incarnate. And take strength from that, and um, find your community that you can talk about these things to, and with love and respect for each other, elicit the fourth density consciousness from each other. Get curious and draw it forth from each other with questions. Tell me more about that. How are you perceiving time these days? Because time is changing. It's speeding up. It's different because gravity is lightning on the earth, right? And fourth density is lighter than third density. So ask each other, get curious. What is it like being a fourth density consciousness? One cool practice, if you're a journaler, if you like to write, going forward, if you want to do this, I started doing this myself. Write from a place of third density, then fourth density, then fifth density, then sixth, seventh, eighth. And notice the difference in consciousness when you shift to the next and the next and the next. So I'll write in my journal and I'll say, like, okay, January 2nd, 2024, third density, ... colon. You know, it's raining today and I'm longing for the aqua blue waters of Hawaii. I'm feeling the grief of having left Hawaii. And I'm also loving it here, working on healing my body, go to physical therapy tomorrow. I'm excited for that. Third density, the to-do list, the awareness of tasks and relationship, loyalties, obligation, working through those things to grow. 4D, I'm feeling the connection with nature today. The weather, I'm learning from the weather. I'm learning from this rain. I'm learning from this wind who I am and what needs to be cleansed. I'm going to take a look at that more deeply today. And my dreams showed me this. And I'm going to go into each of those archetypes in my dream to know myself more deeply and feel this oneness that I am at the heart of it. 5D awareness. The earth is going through a cleansing like never before. I am so grateful to be here in this experience, in this reality sphere, to experience this leap of consciousness and this shifting of time. I feel like everything is like Play-Doh, and there are these hands of creation coming in to mold and shape, and those hands are the collective human consciousness. And I'm witnessing what is getting molded in what areas of the world. And I'm in my meditations traveling to those areas to offer, to offer my intentions, sixth density, etc. And so you can write in your journal in these ways, and it helps you to track what is a third density thought and storyline versus fourth density awareness and consciousness and direction of consciousness, and what is fifth density and and sixth density, and how, as you explore each one through your journaling, you move into different parts of your brainwave shift, your energy field shifts, and you begin to come into, I believe, more choice on where you want to, like, where's the driver's seat situated for this vehicle of your life? You can choose. I am situated in fifth density consciousness, and I am directing this sacred life from that perception of reality. So I wanted to offer that exercise to you. And I think that for now, for this update and forecast for 2024, I'm complete. And it was lovely spending time with you as always. Much aloha, much grace. And thank you for the divine feminine within you that is ripening and fruiting and ready to be harvested within you, ready to dance with your inner masculine, that masculine may come into right relationship and heal and discover what that divine masculine expression truly is. That time is coming, my friends. It is coming and it is unstoppable. So stay strong in your visions of the future, because you are creating reality with those positive, empowered, beautiful, vital visions of yours. So aloha, and until next time, um, this has been a Planetary Ascension podcast with Maria Christina Owl. Over and out.